All right, welcome to the comic book shop of doom here on awesomestreaming.com. Whatever platform you see this on is, well, where you're watching it at. So right now we don't have our own website. Uh so that's under review. Like this one. Okay, our story today. This is about the whole DC extended universe Warner Discovery fiasco where they're like, "Oh, we're going to do a reboot and all this," and then you look at this crap. WB reportedly reached out to Henry Cavill about Superman Return. Same thing with Gal Gadot. So there's not going to be no reboot. If this is true, they're going to continue on with this stuff. And what do I think of the DC universe, the extended universe? It's so messed up that if I was them, I would just put it on ice for like 3 or 4 years. But they can't do that because they have to have money generated from this stuff. And all these knockoff companies that want to rip off Marvel and we're going to do our own universe. Hasbro tried to do it. The Atlas guys had a deal with Paramount to bring back those comics from the 70s, which you haven't heard nothing about that for years. Transformers was going to do it. Well, yeah, that's part of Hasbro. Who else? It's like a lot of these properties, well, Valiant was going to do it, but now the Valiant Comics is supposed to be getting closed down. They had a deal with Sony and it was split between Sony and Paramount to do their movies. And now that don't look very good because if the company goes under, who knows? But I'll tell you what, everybody's chasing Marvel. Why don't you just be your own company and do your own thing? It's like you can't replicate Marvel. They got 80 years of history, 80, 90 years. Now, DC does too. But here's the deal with DC. The people that are running DC are inept. And even this new guy that bought it, he's just a bean counter. He's going to cut the budgets and stuff. They already, they killed the Batgirl movie. 100, anywhere from 70 to $100 million movie that was going to go to HBO Max. He said that was a waste of money and the movie was a dud. People that they screened it for said it was terrible. The Blue Beetle movie is up for review now. They're going to scrap that as tax loss right off. You have they killed the Wonder Twins movie like 2 or 3 weeks before that was going to start getting made. So that must have been a dog, or they just didn't want to spend the money on it. Right now they got Shazam, Black Adam, and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the sequel to Aquaman. So they got 2 sequels and Black Adam pretty much done. Those are going to get released. Then after that, it's anybody's guess. And, they're going to take, and maybe this works and maybe this don't. Well, I don't think Henry Cavill is good as Superman. He looks the part, but there's something missing. And I hear there's some dastardly stuff in his past. I don't even want to bring that up on here because it's really, really sick if it's true. Same with Ben Affleck. There's some dastardly stuff in his past. If it's really sick if it's true. So it's like if they're going to have him for Batman and Henry Cavill as Superman, forget it. And then the Ezra Miller garbage. Oh yeah, they got a Flash movie. Will that ever get seen? That's supposed to reboot the universe, but will it? Will it get seen? The guy's nothing but a constant troublemaker. He belongs in Arkham Asylum. He doesn't belong on the street. So I mean, and the way that they've handled this has been a joke. And here's another thing: they're supposed to be hiring their own head of creative, kind of like a Kevin Feige, to run the company. Now, how can they go and say that we have a 10-year plan without that head of creative guy? So in other words, they're just going to hand this guy, okay, this is what we want, make it work. And what if he can't make it work? So somebody that takes the job, he might get shafted with getting garbage thrown at him, like, here, make it work, And with that Batgirl movie, I remember the old Roger Corman thing where he said you could save any movie with edits and narration. where if it isn't working, okay, cut out the stuff that isn't working. You may have to do reshoots, but you could fix a lot of stuff in narration. So at the end of the movie, you could have a narration where you tell blah, 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 this is how we solve this. And, and he says he's fixed a lot of movies doing that. I don't know why these guys can't follow that pattern. It's just like spend big and spend a lot. And then you're like, oh my God, we're not making money. So it's really, really sick what's going on. And I don't see this improving. Everybody's like, oh, yay, and all this. I just think that it's not just that David Zaslav guy is a bean counter. So he's nothing but an accountant in there to stop the massive spending and the gusher of money flowing. But the taste is not there either, where they're bringing back the problems. And I don't see this working at all. And the sad thing is, will this get put up for auction in a couple of years again? Will it get sold off when they can't make it work? I mean, the best thing about DC, in my opinion, is the animation. Well, why can't they follow the animation's lead and bring in those guys? Bruce Timm and Paul Dini and those guys, they should be running DC, if anything, because they get it. They know how to do good stories and stuff, not no agenda-driven crap. Pushing the gay agenda, pushing politics in these movies. DC Comics is a bust. They're talking about sub-licensing out those characters. Will that happen? We're waiting to see. But I think this whole DC universe this extended universe is just a bust. And I don't see it getting better. And I think that right now they should just cut their losses and just like put the stuff on ice until they hire that special someone that's going to fix it. Everybody have a good day.